Hi, I'm Jenny from Raw Art Designs. Welcome to day 7 of our 30 days of painting. This one is another double blended background using Phthalo Blue and Turquoise with a little bit of white into the background, and then we've got some very simple flowers in, so we need purple, white, orange and yellow, and then a smidgy little bit of black for a dragonfly or butterfly, whatever you think it is going to look like. So this time we are using a large flat brush, small flat brush and the small round. So in the previous video we did the double loading of the brush, so this time we're actually going to triple load it. However, first of all it's going to be double loaded, so we're going to do the large flat brush with turquoise and phthalo blue, so the dark blue, and we're just going to start getting that on the canvas in an up and down motion. You may find it easier to go have the canvas turn the other way. So just do whatever works for you. So we don't want to over blend either, and you may come in with some white and add some of that down through. So just pull a little bit through. Add some more blue if you need to. We don't want it to look like stripes, so you do need to blend a little bit. You may want some of the turquoise to show up a bit more in the center. A little bit darker on the sides. Just experiment and have some fun with the background. We don't want too much white through it, it's just giving it a little bit of a glow. You can come back over if you need to. Alright, it's a very simple background. This is a great background to do. You can use whatever colours you like, so you could use tones of one colour as well, or you might do like orange and yellow. Play around with this technique to make different kinds of backgrounds, and we're going to dry that off and then come back to paint the rest of it. Okay, so our background is dry. Now for the flowers, I'm going to use, or for the grass behind the flowers, I'm going to use my small flat brush and then a dark green, and we're going to load that with yellow. So I'm going to do it upside down, not that when we do this background it's got a upside down or a right way. So I just find it easier to pull towards me. So loading the brush with the green, and I'm going to just do some, I'm going to hold it like a pencil and try and keep it straight up and down, so then I can pull that nice grass-like through. I'm going to just go along and do a whole heap. Now depending on how you apply your pressure, some will get thicker and some will be thinner, and it doesn't matter. We're just getting some on to start with, and then we're going to come through with some yellow. So loading it with the green and a little bit of yellow. So that will just give you some lighter grass over the top. Again, doing different lengths, different thicknesses. You could also load it with a bit of white if you wanted to, just to lighten it up. I'm just going to stick with the yellow. And you can start off the edge, so onto the masking tape, so it'll look like your grass. You'll get that nice straight edge when you take your masking tape off. So keeping that nice and straight, and as I get to the end of it, I sort of pull it up. And that gives that nice pointy bit on the end. Alright, I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to do a purple flower, and using my little pointy brush, loading up with purple and then white, and I'm going to use it like a stamp and just dabbing it on. So depending on how you want the petals, so you can have some darker, some lighter. I'm just going to add the darker ones, a little bit of white. And we'll do the same over this side. So some of the petals you can see we skip a little bit where they're missing. Some come out wider. I forget what this flower is called. Just do some more. And also do some little dots around. The top. Then rinsing the brush and drying off. And then I'm just going to add some other little orange flowers in there, so loading that brush. And we're just going to use like a stamp effect, so to get the petals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back over if you need to. Just doing some very basic little star-shaped flowers. It's a very easy way just to do some effective little flowers. Doesn't matter if it goes a little bit off the edge. If you wanted, you could just do some little buds. And then I'm just going to use the end of my brush, and you can either wait till you're dry or you can come in and just put the centers in. And then I'm going to put a butterfly on there. And I think I'm just going to, so I can use the colours I've got. If you want to, you can do it in different colours. So I'm just going to do a purple one to fit in. So I'm going to load my brush with purple and a little bit of white on the end. And you can either turn this towards you so you can pull. So to do the wings, we're going to just push our brush right flat down and then pull and lift. Let's flatten out the brush, pull and lift. I'm going to do the body shortly. Now you may want to turn it the other way. So it's flatten it out and pull it. So there's our wings. And with a smidge of black, make sure you dry your brush off so it's nice and dry. And then we've just got a little circle for the head and little ovals for the body. So this could either be a butterfly or a dragonfly, up to you. It's probably more like a dragonfly. Oop. I had a bit on my finger. Because our background is dry, that should lift off. Nope. Yes. Alright, and we can put tiny little antenna if you wish. And then we're going to do some little stars in the background. So you can just use the back of your brush and do some little dots. And if you want, you can get your finger and just smudge a couple. I'm just going to put another dot back in the center of them, just so that they look like they're glowing a bit. So very simple little garden picture. And you can change the colors up. Taking off our masking tape. Maybe. Stuck this one down quite well. To fix that up, I've got some bits left on there still. Get that off shortly. Alright, very simple and effective background. Doing the streaks that way, they look good in any colours as well as doing your flowers. So I hope you enjoyed this painting, and I will see you in the next day.